Well, guys, Microsoft just laid off 4,800 employees, but they will not be replaced by AI. I mean, just because they're spending $190 billion on AI development and infrastructure this year, that does not mean that AI will replace these employees. I mean, forget what Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, said just about a month ago, where he said, quote, "I'm not saying there's not going to be displacement. We have to be clear-eyed about it," end quote. And when it comes to what's happening today, 4,800 employees, which we covered in a story about a week ago, watch the link to that video here, the head of HR, Amy Coleman, came out with a very direct quote. And I want to make sure that everyone's paying attention, because again, what happens at Microsoft and Amazon and Meta and all these other companies is going to start rolling down to every company across the entire world, quite frankly. Anyway, the head of HR, Amy Coleman, said, quote, "I also want to be direct that the roles eliminated today are not being replaced by AI." That's pretty clear, right? Well, she also followed that up with, quote, "At the same time, what is true is that AI is changing how work gets done," end quote. So she's saying that these roles, these people being laid off, are not going to be replaced by AI, but the work you're doing is going to be changed by AI. I mean, it's kind of a semantic game, if you ask me. It's very semantic. And listen, I don't necessarily hold it against companies for using AI to be more effective and more efficient and replace tasks and what. Like, I get it. But like, I just wish the companies would be honest with us, quite frankly. I feel like they want it both ways. They want the productivity. They want everyone to know that they're AI forward and they're an AI first company. How many companies have we seen say they're AI first? And then they also say, well, but we're not going to replace humans with AI. It's like, well, guys, you can't have it both ways, A. And B, you can't be changing your mind on what you're doing every 2 weeks. What are we talking about here? Again, at its root, this seems like a pretty common semantic trope that we've heard, that you won't be replaced by AI, you'll be replaced by someone using AI, which is something in large part I agree with. It's really just at this point, it's not optional. AI literacy, AI use is not optional. You need to understand context, prompts, skills, projects, agentics. All of this is becoming, I think, pretty much necessary for working in an office space. Kind of like how learning how to use a computer in the office space was pretty much mandatory in the past. I think AI is very, very rapidly getting there. But let's just dig in a little bit deeper into this story, because this isn't the first time that Microsoft has completed a large round of layoffs. I mean, guys, just a few weeks ago, Microsoft gave this buyout option and eliminated 9,000 roles. And you can watch that entire video here, because it's pretty fascinating the way that Microsoft went about that round of job elimination, let's just call it. Let me just try to translate all this drama that's happening over at Microsoft. I think what it comes down to is the simple fact that needs are changing. And AI is changing the needs within and outside of companies. You may not be directly replaced by an AI bot, but an AI bot will continuously get better and continuously eat up the tasks that you were paid to do. A lot of stuff that you're being paid to do today, AI is going to be doing in the future. And so you just kind of need to evolve to leverage those AI bots to either be more productive or solve completely different types of problems at the end of the day. So again, while I don't think we are going to see any companies come right out and say, oh yeah, and we've seen this in the past, by the way. Salesforce had a layoff where there's like, yeah, we're just going to lay off half of our customer service staff because AI bots are just doing it better. Like we've seen that. I think that was more of a marketing stunt from Benioff over there at Salesforce, but I think we're past that, guys. I do not think we're going to ever see again a company say, hey, we just laid off all of our sales team because AI bots just do it better. I just don't think we're going to see that happen. What we're going to see is, I think, exactly the playbook that we're seeing from Microsoft. Yeah, no, we're not directly replacing humans with AI, but AI is changing the way that we do work. I think that's going to be the common thread, and I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it's just being more authentic in the first place. But the thing that gets me is these guys, they kind of keep like changing their tone. They're saying like, One day they're replacing all their employees with AI. The next day it's, well, we're replacing employees with employees that are using AI. It's just kind of interesting. Regardless, this whole thing is really magnified by Microsoft's new vision, their vision for the future. Last year, CEO Satya Nadella said that Microsoft was shifting from a software company into an intelligence engine built around AI. And I mean, it's pretty clear they're putting their money where their mouth is. I mean, we just covered they're spending over $190 billion on AI just this year. You think that's going to slow down? I don't. And again, by the way, this isn't going to stop at Microsoft or Meta or Amazon or many of the banks that we covered in the video earlier this week. You can check out our link to this video here where we talk about how AI and agentics are being infused into all the financial systems and banks that we work with, how financial advisors are becoming quickly obsolete. You can watch that video here. I think it's pretty interesting. But again, it's not going to stop. I mean, just today, there was another story. Thomson Reuters, which is a Canadian content and tech company, has deployed AI all across its business. All across its business. It's just infusing AI everywhere. And they just announced that they're going to eliminate 500 engineering jobs. That's about 5% of the 9,400 employees in the company's operations and tech unit. So they're saying, we just don't need that many engineers anymore. And by the way, this should not be a surprise to you guys. If you've been subbed to the channel, you know that I've been talking about this. The guys that I know, they're software engineers, are saying like, well, I don't really need to hire software programmers or developers anymore. I don't even write code anymore. Claude Code just does all of that for me. I mean, I don't think, honestly, right now, I don't think there's an industry in the world that's being transformed more quickly than coding. I just don't think it's happening. But it would be folly to say something along the lines of coding is dead, because it is actually far from it. Coding is not dead, it's just changing dramatically. A spokesperson from Thomson Reuters said, quote, "We are supporting affected colleagues through the transition. At the same time, we expect to hire more than 250 net new engineering roles globally over the next 2 years, the large majority senior and AI native," end quote. I mean, I think that is exactly right. We fired a bunch of people, we're gonna hire a bunch of people back. But we're going to hire people that understand how the world works now, and they understand how AI can make them more efficient and more cost effective. Guys, if you can't go into an interview or in a sales call and explain how you're using AI to get your job done more effectively, you're toast. You will not survive this transition. And again, that is the goal of this channel, guys. It's kind of wake you up, show you what's happening so you can make those adjustments. Guys, this is the new deal. You need to use the new tools. You've got to be AI literate. You have to be public about your AI literacy. You have to really focus and work on the relationships, because the human beings that you connect with are going to be the ones who decide if and when you get paid. And if you're not sure exactly where to start, I like to give challenges in these videos, and maybe I'll create some more challenges too, guys. If you want some like challenges, I really want to set up this infrastructure where we give ourselves challenges to complete on a weekly basis. Then we come back and say, yep, I did the challenge. This is the opportunity it brought, because I believe that AI is going to bring a lot of problems, but I think it also brings a lot of opportunity. If you're interested in more challenges, let me know. But anyway, the challenge I have for you today, especially if you're not sure exactly where to start when it comes to AI, just open up ChatGPT and just start a voice conversation. Just start a conversation. Just have a chat with ChatGPT and ask it about AI. Ask about, tell it about you and about the business that you're in and about the industry that you're in and what you're doing on a daily basis, and just start to have a dialogue with your ChatGPT bot. And I think that is at least a very, very beginner-friendly, quick place to start and start brainstorming. It doesn't take a lot of time. You can be in the car, you can be going on a walk, and just strike up that conversation, guys, because the reality is, just like we see at Microsoft, you might not be directly replaced by a bot, but a lot of the tasks that you're doing are going to be replaced by bots. So you need to be in control. You need the maestro. You need to be the conductor. I hope that makes sense. Guys, if you liked the video, like, subscribe. If you have anything great to contribute to the conversation, put it in the comments below. And if it's good, I'll pin you. I pinned you in the past, I'll pin you in the future. And again, if you like this video, you'll love yesterday's video where we are talking about more and more just really important facets on how our world is being changed by AI. That's all I got for you today. Make it great. Peace.